Welcome to Gentle Art Lifestyle. Here is another long form roll of Nick and I. Immediately I go for any sort of connection and immediately he says, fuck your connection, I'm going to do a cartwheel, which is about standard for Nick rolling. I don't mind showing my back as long as I always have rotation. Rotation meaning I can get my shoulder in. He's doing a good job of trying to get back to back. However, at this point, my legs are kind of threatening in the inside space of his, and a lot of times I can kind of slither my way into leg entanglements from here. So, but he's got an underhook. I did a bad job of having my elbows back home, so he's staying out of that danger. Now, use that underhook. Again, I have rotation, and then he flattens me out. This is bad news bears. He's got nice chest to back connection, and he's got body triangle. I'm like, oh shit. So I get a little rotation, slide that leg up, get that body triangle out of there, and now I got an underhook on that leg. So when he tries to inevitably come up, I'm going to sneak. You'll see I turn my head to the mat here, which makes it really hard for him to dig under and get that rear naked strangle grip. And you can see that arm is coming into play. Switch my hips and come up on top, I think. Yes. He tries to guillotine me. Good luck. Still in that front headlock position, but YOLO. All right, so now he's got a butterfly hook. Nick has really awesome legs and dexterous legs, so like you always have to worry about triangles, and it keeps you really honest with your arms. So again, now he's fighting. I'm fighting a Trica Plata?
Barada Plata.
Barada Plata. I'm fighting that. I know that it's just a little bit off. I'm making sure that I control that leg so he can't start getting that hip more. That's what my left hand is doing. And then finally, I'll kind of slip out here. I'm sitting on my butt, which doesn't encourage movement, so I get up and try to circle around, get a guard pass here, and I'm looking for any sort of rotational control, but again, he has those annoying ass legs. So I decided to step on his head. This is actually, believe it or not, this is like a toned down roll here. We're just moving. These are long form classes, so we're trying to keep our heart rate down, no explosive movements. And so yeah, here we are. He gets his legs up again. Super annoying. Nick does a great job of always having some sort of pressure, like pushing away. And yeah, nice regard by him. Again, my fucking weight is back, which is kind of hard for me to move. It's funny because it's so wet and moist in there that he literally just pushes me, like my whole body, like I was on ice. All right, I have no idea what's going on here, but I'll continue to talk just in case somebody's studying. That's a really inside joke. Got told today that his perfect voice for listening while studying. All right, we move. Let's see. Let's get caught back up here. He looks like he's trying to entangle my legs. He might be going for some sort of saddle. I can't see what's going on the opposite side. Does he have... It does look... Yep, he did have a saddle. I'm defending, pulling that middle leg out. He goes right back into an outside ashi. I'm using that secondary leg so he can't get a bite. Say, no. Bad Nick. So now he's like, well, I'll use that secondary leg and toe hold you. I'm like, ah, shit. So instead of counter, I'm kind of just cricketing. If you've taken leg lock defense class, that cricketing, especially when you're soaking wet, is quite effective. So I sit here and pretend I'm a cricket for a little bit, looking for counters and for him to overexpose something. And I just want to make sure that his hips aren't right up on my knee. And we kind of go out of frame there, but I assume he was taking my back. Off that back take, I love hip switching into front headlocks, which is what I did. And right here, if I'm in this position on you, that's kind of it. We're not really rolling hard, and so I kind of just let it go. But at that point, that is, there's just, I have your rotation. If I have a connection with the neck, that is all she wrote. Guillotine Glossary, volumes 1 and 2 on BJJ Fanatics. You see how I threw that commercial in there. Okay, so I kind of let go of that. Now we're in a omoplata kind of situation. The real trick to omoplata is getting your hips up in the air so it can add weight to that shoulder. I do a decent job of that. And then we kind of play this. He did a good job of defending one way, so then I took him the other. Head on the mat, trying to work. Oh, this was super weird. I'm glad I get to see this because he uses his leg and really gets his foot underneath my arm. I feel like I'm in danger. I don't know what's going on, and that his right leg just gets under there, and I'm like, oh shit. And so that forces me to roll. What a beautiful play by Nick there. And now I'm in the Jesus position, just hanging out, looking at the ceiling, spreading my legs for no apparent reason. And then I decide, hey, maybe I should do something. I think I'd rather have him on my back than attacking my shoulder here. So I'm trying to bait the back. He's like, fuck off. He's got a nice Kimura grip. Let's see here. Oh, I get some spin. No way are you doing a calf slicer on me, sir. He overcommits on that opposite side, so I do a fat man roll on him, and we are so wet that, oh, that's right. He does the pike position counter. Very, very popular for only him. I'm not really sure what that was. And now we're back to the same position, probably laughing because who the fuck knows what that was. He comes, tries to take my back. Again, I just make sure that I have rotation, make sure that shoulder is in the right position. And then he goes for possible body triangle. I try never to be flat unless it's on my own terms. So I go ahead and stay to that. I do not want to go flat. I don't know what I'm doing. Most likely trying to control a grip. Yep. Going for that 2-on-1. Oh shit. The fucker likes triangles. I better stay out of there. He's adjusting. I put weight on that bottom leg, which can be quite annoying. He goes up, and then I'm guessing I get underneath. Yep. I get underneath, and then kind of just get my hips up and get that scramble. I say, okay, I'll take this leg. So now we're going to go into leg entanglements. As Nick did to me in a previous video, I like to control both legs. He decides to spin, and that was nice. However, apparently I get his, well, at least an underhook from the back, and I start working back position. He's a roly-poly, so he rolls again and does a nice job of beating my hips. I love that arm triangle from there, and he just beat that. Okay, so now we're back. I have an inside space. He decides, hey, I am going to try to do a calf slicer. And I say, nope. I'll straighten my leg. Once my leg is straight, I decide to come up and keep that top position. From this top position, let's see. Oh, he tries to raise. We're in some sort of scramble, and he takes the top position. Son bitch. Going for an underhook. We've got the butterflies, which is his game, so he knows what to do from here. He brings his leg super duper close, and I do absolutely nothing with it. Kudos to me. I did put some shoulder pressure there, which creates a little bit different of a roll than I think he was looking for. He goes for a rolling back take, which I turn into a leg entanglement. Kudos to me on that one. He's like, I'm going to counter your leg entanglement. The problem with his counter is that he kills his own rotation with his figure 4 right there. And when he kills his rotation, I'm not a big fan of shootouts. I wish I could stop the video. I'm not a big fan of shootouts, but he had his rotation killed, and I could still move. So then it was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and go for this. So I attached with my arms. He had already killed the rotation, so I didn't need an attachment with my legs. And then, of course, I broke with my hips. So that is what happened there. And now I think that is the end of the video. We're just in a pile of sopping mess. If you have any questions on this video or you like these videos, please put a thumbs up. Goodbye.